Hi, friends. Myself, Pranab Datta. I'm basically an ex-banker and I am the founder of Fortune Wings, an organization who are dedicatedly working on the financial well-being of people. And today I'm going to take a session of on export-led skill training of for handling members in Kenya under the SANKALP program of Government of India initiative. So today my topic is on trade finance. Basically, when we are doing trade, any trade, so this requires huge funds requirement, and there are many insurance requirement and so many other requirements. So our topic, as a banker's perspective, I'll give on import export and total procedure. Okay, so I'm a certified qualified personal finance professional, and I'm a founder of Fortunes, as I've told you earlier. Okay. Northeast specifically, where we are sitting, it is surrounded by many neighboring states. We have Bangladesh nearby, we have got Bhutan, we have got Nepal, we have got Myanmar, and it's a gateway. If you see look east as a policy, Northeast has got immense scope of multiple trade opportunities are very big. So when we are doing trade, let's understand what is trade finance. What is trade finance? Facilitating a global trade. When we are doing global trade, what are features? Its key features are trade finance comprises various financial instruments that streamline and secure the international transactions, and they address the challenges like payment terms, credit risk, working capital needs, etc. Giving an example, suppose we are selling a product to a person in domestic in your own area. Then what will happen? You can go and reach there immediately for collecting the payment, any disputes. But what happens when it's an international trade? But you have sent the money, but the party is not giving the payment. Then what will happen? It will be difficult. Second, why will the party give you in advance payment if the products are not reached on time or quality products are not given as per commitment? So there, the role of a bank is very unique, which builds the trust between the buyer and seller or the importer or exporter. The benefits of trade features, and there is as I've told you, payment terms, credit risk, working capital requirements, so many things are there. Bank as an organization will take care of everything. The benefits of trade finance fosters cross-border commerce. By facilitating the international trade transactions, it allows companies to access funding, mitigate risk, and build trust between buyer and seller, which I was telling you earlier. Friends, as I have told you that banks plays a major role in trade finance, there are certain regulatory requirements also. The Foreign Exchange Management Act FEMA. Because FEMA, you have to govern by the forex transaction because your payment will not come in your own rupees. It will come either in dollar or that foreign whatever negotiated currency is there. So that thing is there. So there comes forex transaction. It's a forex transaction. So it has a FEMA guidelines has to be there. Again, there is a RBI guidelines for reporting of financing norms. That is also there, reporting and financing norms. And the last thing is the Directorate General of Foreign Trade (DGFS) FT rules, which are giving licensing incentives and export promotion schemes. There are many schemes which are there run by this organization. So there will be there. So these are the regulatory FEMA. These are the regulatory FEMAs governing export and import procedures in India. Now, the trade terms, there are two other important things. One is FOB. What is FOB? Which free on board. That means the exporter. If you are the exporter, then the exporter is responsible for delivering the goods to the buyer's ship. That means, supposing we are sending a product, whatever, garments or something. So our job as an exporter, our job is to send it to till the border, till the place where the border it is outside our country. So this is one part. Another part is this CIF, which is cost, insurance and freight. The entire thing, the exporters is responsible for delivering the goods to the named port or destination. Suppose you are sending a product from here to suppose Sri Lanka. So your job will end when the product is actually reached in Sri Lanka. So they are the two things. Either you reach till the border of Sri Lanka one part, that is which is FOB, and the second option is when the product is reached in Sri Lanka. So the entire two ways of trade can be there. Okay. Now, key licenses and compliance that is required, because in foreign transactions, compliance is very important, because we have to understand the compliance part very seriously. And these are not very tough things or very not understandable things, very simple ways. And now, for ease of doing business initiative of government, they have really done the things very easy. But we need to understand that it's import export code, IEC code, the mandatory license required for all cross-border businesses engaged in import and export. Second is DGFT and RBI approvals. Specific approvals are required for exporting and importing restricted items, like defense items, defense goods. We are also importing as an organization, as a country, from the foreign for the ammunitions and other things, and we are also exporting. So there, this is defense goods and such other commodities or products. So there you need specific approval. I'm coming to that. Like giving an example of dangerous goods and handling. Though for Northeast it is not specific, but still I'm covering, because like explosive materials that can detonate or explode under certain conditions. In that conditions, you need to understand. Then second is toxic chemicals or maybe inflammable liquids. From Northeast, we are also manufacturing crude oils like Digboy and other places. So if you have a liquid that can easily ignite or not, in these conditions, banks rules are important, because ensuring compliance through document verification, special LC clauses for hazard goods. Example, lithium battery. Suppose I'm giving an example. Lithium battery needs special handling and UN certified packaging for international shipping. So if you are exporting batteries, lithium batteries, in that condition, your packaging and everything has to be as per the norms, international UN norms. So though in Northeast per se, or maybe as an entrepreneur, these are not important, but whenever I'm covering this one, trying to take these things also as a point, just to keep in mind. Trade finance in importance is documentation. Now, what is letter of credit, LC, issued by an importer bank? I'm giving an example. Just think, suppose you are sending the product, as I've told you earlier, to a country like Sri Lanka. Now, what happens after reaching the product if the person is not giving the payment? It could be one point. Second, suppose you want that your payment, my money has to be safe. So whatever product I'm sending, I want my money in advance. Why will he or the importer country will send you the products money in advance? You might not send the products on time, or good quality products on time. So in that condition, the bank is there. Bank issues a letter of credit. That means LC. It is issued by the foreign bank. Or suppose Sri Lankan banks give a confirmation to us that yes, the LC is there with us. So once the product is reached, if it is as per terms and condition, immediately will pay the money. So the money is not now with the actual buyer. It is live with the buyer's bank. Bank to bank transaction will be there. So that is LC. Now second is LC means a document issued by the importer, as I've told you, it guarantees the payment to the seller, provided that certain conditions are met, which I've told you. Second is bill of lading. That means proof of shipment. आपने प्रोडक्ट भेज दिया है, इसका क्या प्रूफ है? दैट इज नोन एज प्रूफ ऑफ शिपमेंट. दैट हैज इनवॉइस, पैकिंग लिस्ट, insurance certificate, most important, because in foreign transaction and such transactions, insurance is a very important point that needs to be covered. Insurance certificate, certificate of origin, कहाँ से product गया, that is also important. And last is UCP 600, Uniform Custom and Practice for Documentary Credits. It governs international trade LC transactions. This is important. Okay. So I'm giving an example. Suppose an exporter shipping राइस, और मे बी फॉर असम में है तो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड कि टी यहां से एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है, इज गोइंग अंडर एन एलसी, एंड टी अंडर एलसी मस्ट सबमिट द डॉक्यूमेंट स्ट्रिक्टली एज पर द एलसी कंडीशंस. तो एलसी कंडीशन जो होगा, कितना वेट का है, किस तरह का पैकेजिंग होगा, एवरीथिंग विल बी देयर इन दैट एलसी. letter of credit. Else the bank might, if it is not as per the specification, the bank might refuse to pay also. So this is important. Now, as I've told you, insurance is trades and there are types. Let us understand that. Now, marine cargo insurance. Mostly when we are doing trade, the low cost mode of transportation of the goods is always, remember, is sea route mostly. But in northeast per se we don't have, we are in the hilly terrain, so not there. But for marine insurance is very important. Marine insurance doesn't mean only the ships. It is any type of goods movement is known as marine insurance. So that is one part. Now it protects goods against loss or damage during transportation. So marine insurance. Second is political risk insurance. Now supposing you are doing a trade or export with a country which is not politically stable. Recent cases of Bangladesh or maybe last we have seen in Sri Lanka. You are doing a trade transactions, but because of the political disturbances, your money is stuck. So what will you do? So there also there is an insurance available, political risk insurance. That means it protects against the political risks such as war, political unrest, or government expropriation. Okay, so this is also can be done. Third is export credit insurance. This is most important. This is offered by the Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. That is for non-payment risk due to government policies. Supposing we as a country, we are having some policies with different countries. So there is a policy difference, but your trade should not. So in that condition, this credit risk insurance, export credit insurance is also there, which is done by the ECGC. Okay, and fourth is, as I've told, CIF versus FOB, which is I have told you either आप प्रोडक्ट आपके एरिया तक देंगे इंडियन बॉर्डर तक या फिर फॉरेन का डेस्टिनेशन. इन दो केसेस में भी the CIF means exporter will bear entire cost or FOB means buyer will bear entire thing. It can be in both ways. Now international trade, yeah, this is one part is the insurance. So as I've told you, I'm coming to this slide again. This slide is very, very important. Whenever you are doing export transactions or import transactions, anything, do not ignore insurance. Insurance is a very, because uncertainties will not come with knowingly. Might come certainly or suddenly. So in that condition, your entire deal can be spoiled because of this. So if you are covered with this, so you are having a peace of mind. So whenever you are doing a trade transaction, import or export, please remember to do your complete insurance coverage. If you need more help on this as an organization, we are also there to help you. Now coming to the payment method. Now what could be the payment method? One is advance payment. Now suppose your product is such a good product and I would request you make such wonderful products. So that product is of so much demand that you want that your money should be in advance. Possible advance. The buyer makes the payment to the seller before the goods are shipped. Least risky for an exporter, for you, it is very less risky because you are getting the payment in advance. Second is letter of credit, as I have told you, LC. That there the role of bank is important. The bank guarantees the payment to the exporter, provided that all conditions are met. आपका जो पैसा है वो पैसा का गारंटी कौन दे रहा है? द बैंक दे रहा है. आपका एलसी का कंफर्मेशन जब उस बैंक से आ जाएगा, आपका बैंक में ये इंफॉर्मेशन आ जाएगा कि हमारे पास एलसी है, एंड उस एलसी के बेसिस में आप प्रोडक्ट भेज सकते हो. बिकॉज इफ यू आर सेंडिंग द प्रोडक्ट, योर मनी इज सेफ बिकॉज बैंक टू बैंक ट्रांजेक्शन विल बी देयर. सो एलसी. Second, third is DP, document against payments. That means when you are sending the product, sending to the buyer there will must pay before collecting the shipping documents. You have shipped the product, it has reached, but the buyer will not be allowed to take the product unless and until his payment is made. Your job is to make the product reach, it has reached. So this is what. Second is DA, documents against acceptance. The buyer accepts bill of exchange and pays later. This might happen when due course आपका तो एक ट्रांजेक्शन बनते बनते there will be so many years of trust and relationship built. In that condition, it might happen. But these are the four ways it can be done. And there is also something known as escrow account and other things. So that I'm not covering here. But there is another option of that also. Now, bank's role in shipment and handling and finance. Okay. Now, understand pre-shipment finance. You require, आपको पैसा चाहिए फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, आपको ऑर्डर तो मिल रहा है, बट आपको ऑर्डर मिलने के बाद में भी यू आर नॉट एबल टू डिलीवर the product or give the fulfill the demand of the buyer because you don't have finance. In that condition, it is known as pre-shipment finance. बैंक को क्या चाहिए? बैंक as a bank will look after the comfort. His बैंक्स का पैसा डूबना नहीं चाहिए. That's the motto. So, in fact, is that pre-shipment finance? It provides funding to the exporter before goods are shipped. प्रोडक्ट अपने बना, प्रोडक्ट को बना के टाइम में आपको मिला पैकिंग क्रेडिट, लोन फॉर परचेस ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल्स बिफोर एक्सपोर्ट, एक्सपोर्ट एलसी डिस्काउंटिंग, अर्ली पेमेंट अगेंस्ट एलसी. आई एम कमिंग टू दैट इशू. पहले हम आते हैं पैकिंग क्रेडिट. कि पैकिंग क्रेडिट क्या होता है? दैट मीन्स लोन फॉर परचेस ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल्स बिफोर एक्सपोर्ट. You have got a confirmed order. Suppose I'm giving an example. You are manufacturing good quality muga, maybe local Assam ke to muga garments, and this has got huge demand in many countries, many places. So if you are getting a bulk order, आपको बनाने के लिए तो पैसा चाहिए होगा. But if you have a confirmed order, and if you on the basis of that order, bank might finance you. Why? Because bank knows that he has got a readily available customer for selling the product. प्रोडक्ट बनाने के बाद में सेलिंग का ऑर्डर मिल गया उनको. सो बिफोर इन दैट कंडीशन आपको ये बोल सकते हैं. इन दैट दिस आर द प्रोडक्ट्स में इंटरेस्ट रेट इज वेरी लेस बिकॉज आपको उसमें कंफर्मेशन ऑफ पेमेंट इज देयर, ट्रांजेक्शन होने का चांसेस ज्यादा है. सेकेंडली, एक्सपोर्ट एलसी डिस्काउंटिंग, अर्ली पेमेंट ऑन एन एलसी. नाउ एलसी डिस्काउंटिंग बोलते हैं उसको. लाइक व्हाट इज दैट? आपका बैंक ने बोला है कि पैसा आपको माल पूछने से मिल जाएगा, दैट फॉरेन बैंक. बट आपका जो यहाँ का बैंक है, व्हाटएवर इज योर बैंक, आपका बैंक उस बैंक का, जिस बैंक ने एलसी इशू किया है, इट्स अ रेप्यूटेड बैंक इन दैट कंट्री. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, आप एलसी डिस्काउंटिंग कर सकते हो. मतलब आपका बैंक उस एलसी का पेमेंट के अगेंस्ट में, उसको तो पैसा मिलेगा ही, बैंक वो एलसी अगर दिया है उस रेप्यूटेड बैंक ने, तो ऑन दैट बेसिस आपका बैंक उस पैसे का, सपोज आपको एग्जाम्पल के लिए 2 करोड़ का आपका बिल है, 2 करोड़ से द मनी, आपको उसमें डिस्काउंट करके बैंक बोला कि मैं आपको 1 करोड़ 80 दे दूंगा, अभी बैंक को 20 लाख का फायदा हो जाता है. Why? Bank is giving you credit in advance so that you can manufacture and do the needful. और वहां पे बैंक को जब माल पूछा कि आप दे दोगे एलसी के टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस पे, इन दैट कंडीशन बैंक विल गेट 2 लाख. सो आपको उसमें डिस्काउंटिंग हो गया, बैंक ने डिस्काउंट करके आपको पेमेंट पहले दे दिया. ये दिस ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. दिस इज प्री शिपमेंट पोजिशन. नाउ पोस्ट शिपमेंट फाइनेंस इन बैंक, व्हाट विल दे डू? इट प्रोवाइड्स फंडिंग टू द इंपोर्टर after goods have been shipped. Importer, understand, if you are sending a product, you are exporter, the person is importer, उसको भी तो पैसा चाहिए होगा. In that condition उसको before goods have been shipped, यहाँ से ऑर्डर दे दिया, शिपमेंट होने से पहले वो आप मिलेगा. So in opposite, suppose we are also importing some raw materials from outside, in that condition आपको भी ये मिल सकता है. ये पोस्ट शिपमेंट होगा. Bill discounting, early payment, it is same like LC. Payment of for acceptance of invoice and forfeiting. Selling export receivables. Export का जो receivables है, अब आपको तो पैसा मिलेगा at a discounted price for immediate business. Same thing. ये opposite होता है post shipment. Third is forest risk management. This is very very important. As I have told you, your transaction will not happen in Indian rupee. So there is a international currency available, either in dollar or a negotiated just any yen हो सकता है, euros हो सकता है, whatever countries में. So in that condition, suppose Sri Lanka will not pay you in rupees, or neither you will accept in Sri Lankan currency. So what is the common currency which both the countries are accepting is US dollar. So you are transacting the US dollar. But US dollar rate is not fixed. Today, your dollar price is 83, supposing. You have assume कि मेरे को 1 लाख इंडियन रुपीस के अगेंस्ट में मेरे को 83 की डॉलर के हिसाब से मेरे को पैसा मिलेगा और 1 लाख डॉलर में आपका डील फाइनल हुआ है. सो यू आर गेटिंग 83 लाख रुपीस इन योर केस. बट जब आपका प्रोडक्ट पहुंचा उस वक्त डॉलर का प्राइस हो गया 80 रुपीज. सो आपका तो 3 लाख रुपए लॉस हो गया बिकॉज यू विल गेट द डॉलर प्राइस विल बी 80 रुपीज. वन कंडीशन. सेकेंड कंडीशन इज डॉलर का प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गया. एज ए एक्सपोर्टर तो आपका फायदा हो जाएगा बट फॉर एन इंपोर्टर he will be in a problem. So in that condition, hedging tools like forward contract and currency options, these are important. ये आप बोल सकते हैं. एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ. An exporter expecting USD payment in 3 months. 3 महीना बाद में आपको पैसा मिलेगा. But इस 3 months में डॉलर प्राइस will be not fixed. आज आपने बोला है कि हमको आज 1 लाख डॉलर में आपका डील फाइनल हुआ है and that 1 लाख डॉलर is costing 83 rupees. What if after 3 months that 83 becomes 75? So your net loss is how much? So who will bear that loss? In that condition you can do hedging. That is also possible done by the bank. So I'm just giving a brief idea. When you do transactions you can talk to banks on these so that you get the benefit. Many after 3 months may hedge against currency depreciation using a forward contract. A forward contract bank को करा सकते हो. This is also possible. So that is why I'm telling you. Bank, when I'm saying bank, remember it's another name of bank is TRUST, trust, bharosa, trust. That trust part is the most important part in business, and when it is very important when it is export business or import or export business, because it's a neighboring country. There could be political reasons, there could be geographical reasons, there could be so many reasons, there could be currency reasons, there could be insurance reasons, so many. So in that condition banks are the only organization who will take care of all this trust factor and nitty-gritty risk factors. Now handling trade discrepancies, okay, and risk. Now giving in discrepancies, common issues in documentation और शिपमेंट. इस जो कॉमन में एज अ बैंकर मेरे को जितना दिखा मेरे को स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक. ये छोटा सा मिस्टेक आपको लग रहा है कि इट्स अ स्मॉल मिस्टेक बट इसके लिए भी एलसी रिजेक्ट हो रहा है बिकॉज इंडियन लोगों का नाम देयर इज ए पैटर्न वी नो बट फॉरेन कंट्री में यू माइट नो. तो वहां पे थोड़ा स्पेलिंग मिस है. सो दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मिसिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स, 2-1 डॉक्यूमेंट मिस हो गया बिफोर शिपमेंट. आपने एलसी जब डॉक्यूमेंट भेजा एक इनवॉइस मिस हो गया बट आपका कस्टम्स के वहां पे जो फॉरेन ट्रेड में इट इज इन नॉट इंडिया, इट इज आउटसाइड. सो यहाँ पे आपको रोक देगा. दिस इज इनकरेक्ट एलसी कंप्लायंस. सो देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट वी नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ. दिस रिस्क मिटिगेशन, strategize to minimize the impact of potential risk. थर्ड पार्टी इंस्पेक्शन होता है इसमें. बैंक गारंटी एंड स्टैंड बाई एलसी. बैंक का गारंटी एंड स्टैंड बाई एलसीज are these things which can mitigate this risk. Now financing, so as I've told you, packing credit, PC or packing credit in foreign currency, PCFC. फॉरेन करेंसी भी आपको हो सकता है बिकॉज इफ यू आर पैकिंग क्रेडिट आपको फॉरेन करेंसी से मिलता है देन इन दैट कंडीशन कौन योर जिस करेंसी में आप ट्रांजेक्शन करना चाहोगे, अगर यूएस डॉलर में करो और यूएस डॉलर में आपको पैकिंग क्रेडिट अगर मिल गया सो दैट हेज प्रॉब्लम इज सॉल्व देयर. सो डेफिनेशन शॉर्ट टर्म लोन टू फिनांस रॉ मटेरियल्स, लेबर एंड पैकिंग. सो आपका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का जो भी होगा that can be taken. Eligibility is exporters with a confirmed export order or LC. Exporters with a confirmed export order मतलब आपका वहां से confirmed export order आया backed by an LC or backed by an LC of the foreign bank. अगर ये आपको मिलेगा तो ये पैकिंग क्रेडिट या पैकिंग क्रेडिट फॉरेन करेंसी से भी आपको ये मिल सकता है. यू कैन गेट इट. इंटरेस्ट रेट आइडियली हियर इट्स वेरी लो with रेगुलर वर्किंग कैपिटल. डोमेस्टिक में रेगुलर वर्किंग कैपिटल में आपको जो होता है इससे बहुत कम होगा. रिमेंबर ऑलवेज वन थिंग, व्हेन यू आर एक्सपोर्टिंग and when we are importing, the more we export we get more dollars, more we import more we sell dollars. As an organization, as a country, you have to understand कि we as a country, if our dollar reserves are more, we are stronger country. So as a country, what do we want? We want to enhance the export. We want need to more exports than the import. So these are the reasons why export is always promoted by the banks or by the government, and you are also getting capital subsidized for priority sectors. There are many sectors, priority sectors में आपको और सब्सिडी मिल सकता है गवर्नमेंट से. रीपेमेंट adjusted against post shipment finance when the export bill is realized. पोस्ट शिपमेंट में आपको इमीडिएट पेमेंट भी मिल सकता है अगर आप वहां से एलसी डिस्काउंट करा सकते हो. रिस्क, व्हाट आर द रिस्क? बट ये तो वन पार्ट फॉर द बेनिफिट, बट व्हाट आर द रिस्क फॉर द बैंक? One transaction. There are many instances of losses for the bank in export import exim transactions. So exporter defaulting before shipment, exporter suddenly saying कि हम कोई product ही नहीं चाहिए, bank is a problem. So in that condition, foreign bank का reputation is also important. You have to understand with which आपका जो party which is जिससे वो transaction कर रहा है, whether these are big banks or small bank, वो आपका bank to bank they understand. Okay. Non-shipment due to order cancellation, bank is at risk. Mitigation, ECGC guarantee, strong due diligence or exporter on exporter's history. The exporter's history भी देखना जाता है. There are so many things. Export bill discounting means immediate आपको पैसा, आपका बिल का डिस्काउंट हो जाएगा. Cash flow optimization, आपका कैश का फ्लो immediate हो जाएगा. Your money will be not blocked because your product will not reach in one day. It will reach there. Maybe if you are sending a product to US, your product will reach there in how many days? In ship, you are sending in bulk. So it will reach in so many days. So your money is blocked. So export bill discounting, that is also there. Exporters can sell their export bills. आपका जो export bill है, you can sell your receivables to the banks. आपको suppose you are getting 10 crores money from the bank, from the your buyer. You are giving this details to the bank, and bank is paying you maybe 9.8 crores. So 20 lakhs is the profit of the bank, but you are getting your money immediately. So your cash flow optimization is very hard, very good here, and you don't bear the burden of interest also. Export bill discounting, negotiate site or usance LC. Very important. There are two things: site LC and usance LC. Bank pays immediately upon verifying the export documents. ये हो गया साइट एलसीस, दिखा दे दिया. यूसेंस मींस बैंक pays after 30 to 180 days of the agreed term. I'm giving an agreed term. जिस टाइम में आपको दिया गया, in that agreed term you are getting that usance LC. So bank issues two types of LC. One is site LC, on site दिखा, document verify किया, दे दिया पैसा. Second, it pays on the payment term. If your payment term is after 180 days, after 180 days आपको the usance LC. There are two types of LC that issues. Benefits: provides immediate liquidity, as I have told you, improves cash flow management for the exporter, as I have told you. Okay, forfeiting long-term export finance. What is this? It's a key feature is exporter sells their long-term receivables to the banks for immediate cash flow. Same thing, bill discount एक ही है, but long-term bills जो होगा. Application commonly used for capital goods exports where payment terms are extended. Okay. Buyers and suppliers credit. Buyers and suppliers credit, financing large purchases, big purchases अगर हो रहा है. Buyers credit, a loan provided by a foreign bank, to the importer to fund the purchase of goods from an exporter. One. Suppliers credit means extended by the exporter directly to the importer. You are giving this facility, allowing payment terms beyond the usual trade terms. There also, it is bank pays it very important. I am giving this because these are large transactions, bigger transactions. I mean, India has purchased, Air India has purchased so many Boeing airplanes. So in that condition, what is the cost? Both the export, as an importer, as a country, we also got the credit, and as a seller, that country they also. So this type of big transactions नहीं होता है. So it is not ideally for small entrepreneurs or something else, but just giving an idea on this. I'm giving a case study as I've told you. Air India's Boeing purchase the deal. Air India acquires Boeing aeroplanes, a significant capital goods purchase. It's a big amount of money. Financing the purchase was financed through a combination of buyers and suppliers credit. This is a example. I just shown you this as an example. Key takeaways. What are the takeaways? Are trade finance benefits. Number one is risk mitigation. So trade finance, when you are doing with bank, your risk is getting mitigated because trade finance instruments help mitigate financial risk associated with international trade, providing security to both exporters and importers because the comfort of banks are there. Okay, because dispute might be there in buyer and seller, but disputes will not happen with the bankers because buyer will also have a bank, seller will also have a bank. Number two, cash flow. As I've told you, you get your cash flow intact. Your money is not blocked. Enhance cash flow management for both exporters and importers by facilitating timely payments and access of funds. So this is some before details about our organization. I'm just giving an idea. This is one of our founder, Pradeep Dev, who is looking after he's a certified financial planner. And this is me. I am Pranay Datta and qualified personal finance professional. So nothing more. This is our social media pages. Future depends on what we do today. I would humbly request all of you, all the entrepreneurs who are listening to me, Northeast specifically has immense scope because here we have got unique candy, muga, so many different types of handlooms products. Second, we have got big handicraft products. We have got we are having bamboos. Bamboo says there are so many products where they most important. We have got the very unique herbs are there. Tea is there, and there are so many unique other products are there like turmeric. I'm giving an example. Pineapple. Our pineapple from Northeast is famous. Recently we had a big export in Dubai. So there is huge, humongous scope in export because we're surrounded by so many countries. So and this is very easy for us, but provided we have a right intent, right knowledge, and very focused approach, and organizations like IIE and everywhere where they are giving so much training support. So I would request all of you to come forward, make India grow, and let us make a Vikshit Bharat. And yes, of course, the visionary leadership of our country are dreaming of a developed nation. Right? So that is the thing, and we as an entrepreneurs has to take it to the organization. Leaders will do their work, but we as a unitedly we have to do it. Thank you so much for all listening to me. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.